Hi, everyone. My name is Amy Boyer, and we'll talk today about Keller's ARCS model. This was developed by John Keller, Professor of Instructional Technology and Educational Psychology. In 2023, he was voted to be one of the top 100 learning influencers. And as he was teaching instructional technology, he noticed that existing theories focused so much on external stimuli, but they ignored motivation. And learner motivation is significant to the learning process. And so he started to do a lot of research. And his goal was to create a model of motivation that could be applied to the instructional design process. So one of his students developed this map, and this shows the combined schools of thought that influenced the ARCS model. You see behaviorism and cognitivism represented. So if you want to take a moment, you can pause the video and see if you can find your theorist. This is the original island from 1977, and they updated it in 2018 because Dr. Keller has continued to update his model. Here we have the emotion ocean has been added, and the theorists Cole and Zimmerman. The model itself, based on the idea that motivation can be influenced, has two major parts. So first is what we see here on the left, and that's categories, 4 categories representing the components of motivation. And then the next part is the systematic design process. So why ARCS? Well, we all know that unmotivated learners and employees do exist. Motivation can be influenced, and this is a problem-solving approach created for instructional design that is a systematic way to capture and sustain attention. It has been researched and validated, and it offers design guidelines. So these components, he doesn't just describe them, he doesn't just explain them like you would with if it were solely a theory, but he also gives examples of what you can do and how you can implement this idea. So we'll start with attention. When you're designing instruction, paying attention to attention, you can use active participation to maintain attention, which will keep your learners more motivated, humor, incongruity, and the other idea is to stimulate an attitude of inquiry, and that will sustain attention as well. Another component of motivation is relevance. We want to tie the instruction to the learner's experience. So both using their existing skills, which helps them to maintain motivation, and showing them what is the present worth as well as the future worth of the material that you're teaching. The next is confidence. Students need to understand their likelihood for success. If they feel that they can't meet the objectives, or if they think that the time cost, or the effort is going to be too high for them, they lose motivation very quickly. So you can provide learning objectives, provide prerequisites. You can help them generally estimate the probability of success. In addition, you want to allow for success that is meaningful throughout the process and growth, small steps that grow the learners throughout the process of learning. And the fourth component of motivation here is satisfaction. So we want to provide meaningful opportunities for learners to use the newly acquired skills or knowledge. And that learning must be rewarding or satisfying in some way for the learner. Providing feedback and reinforcement is helpful with this. Okay, well, the next part of the model is motivational design. This is the actual design of the instruction. So it's could be a little overwhelming to look at it this way. So let's come through this stage here. We've got this sorted into the analyze portion, then you're going to design and then develop. So after you know what course you're doing, who your audience is, and their motivation, and maybe some possible motivational tactics, you're going to look into describing the motivational goals, assessment methods, again, potential tactics. Then you'll design those tactics and integrate the motivational tactics with your instructional plans. Then finally, you develop the material and evaluate student reactions to see how effective that was. The model has been updated. He updated that in 2007 and 2008. He added V for volition, the will of the learner, and then came to the MVP model, which takes motivation, volition, and performance. Now, this last bit is a little complicated, so we're going to look at it for a moment, but we're really mostly looking at ARCS. I just want you to see that this was updated. So this is the updated model, the ARCS MVP. Thank you. I appreciate your time.